This week, coming up from the ashes.
I said it, then I made a Ben 10 tier list.
Oh gosh, I don't even want to talk about that anymore. Grim ruined everything.
Keep crying, Surge S tier.
Surge is a piece of trash that belongs in D. Yeah, I said it.
D's.
No, the only thing that deserved D was Ultimate Wild Mutt and Fast Track.
And you, sir.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to From the Ashes podcast, or welcome to From the Ashes podcast if this is your first time. I am your host. For the second time, I know what a surprise. Arson is Clown. And with me are my three comrades, Grim, Ocean, and Phoenix. How about you guys say hello?
Mm-hmm.
You guys suck. There's always a
Hey,
delay. There's like
hold on.
There's a 1.5 second delay every single time.
I did that like for real because you guys do that crap to me all the time, so I don't want to hear it.
Because I always expect somebody else to go first.
That's the same with me
likewise.
just now too.
From this moment onward, whenever something like that happens and you guys try to like introduce us to the rest of the people, I'm going to brazenly go first.
We should just go through and be like before and be like, okay, you're number one,
And
you're
now
number two, you're number three, go.
Now that I said that, you guys are gonna follow in my footsteps, and like it's just gonna be a symphony of voice.
Arson's gonna start speaking like, hi, how you doing?
It's gonna have to try and sneak it in really fast.
Yeah, we're back with another banger because I'm hosting. But before we do that,
yeah, that's the reason.
how you guys doing? How we feeling?
I'm
How are
pretty
your lives?
kind of cranky. Just old man stuff, So
Grim.
I'm doing all right.
How about you, Ocean?
Tired.
wonder why we had this planned all week. Gosh. I want to give Ocean a shout out actually, because Ocean came in at the last second and saved us and was able to actually do this. So I want to give a big shout out to Ocean. Thank you, Ocean.
Appreciate the fact that he's glazing you, Ocean, but also at the same time, we could have done this without you. You could have slept in. But Phoenix really wanted the extra person here.
Well, look, this is supposed to be a 4-man crew every week. Okay?
4 is the magic number, right?
Yes. That's the way it always is.
I'm sorry you had to do this to you, Ocean.
Arson's like, we don't really need you, actually. Could you just leave? You're kind of ruining my vibe.
I have to do more work because I have to roll for you now. What is this about?
How
Gosh.
dare you make me pull my dice out? No, I'm just kidding. But
go drink your rice wine.
Yeah.
I guess since we have nothing to freaking talk about, since our lives are boring.
Well, I've got something I can talk about really, really quick.
Hey, you want to talk about? Yeah, go ahead. Man.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and plug it now. So it's kind of cool, guys. Ocean and I decided to go on a venture, and we took a collaboration together, and we started our own gaming channel. And
with the taxpayers' money.
Yeah, we're using just taxpayer money to do it, and it's been good so far. So we are doing this thing where we choose like nothing but poorly rated games. And it was really funny last night because we were doing our stream and Annie was with us and she was over there trying to choose bad games for us too. It was so funny. But the channel is called Bad Game Bros. And you can find us on YouTube, on Twitch, social medias out there. I'll actually post the link to our channel It's another link tree, so it'll be the one underneath our main link tree. So just go to that and drop us a follow, drop us a subscribe, and it doesn't cost you anything, and you get to watch two idiots play horrible games. And I think Ocean found a gem of a horrible game last night off stream that he just loved. Like
it was very it was interesting.
Yeah, it was. So the way this is going to work is we're going to, there's going to be a lot of times, most of the time we're going to be playing together. It's either I will be streaming it or he will be streaming it from our channel. It just depends on the perspective. Once we get going a little bit, we're going to try to intertwine our recordings and stuff so you can see both sides of the coin. And so we're working on that, but like everything, there's a process. We literally talked about this a day later. I was talking to the guys in here, pitching them some names, and they were like, "We really like Bad Game Bros." And then the next day we were recording. Like literally, it happened so fast. So we're still trying to catch up to that. But yeah, if you would please go check us out and leave us some comments. Let us know that you found us through our podcast, and we'll mention you on stream. There you go. All right.
Yep. We have, main channels, side channels. We have so many channels. It's like amazing there, man.
We have main channels, side channels, side channels. Yeah.
I only have 2 channels, and I'm too lazy to even pay attention to either one of them.
And you can find his channels also on.
This is the only place that I'm actually active in the like creator scene, and
Yeah.
I'm not even like doing a majority of the work. Like, sure, I'm co-host a majority of the time, but I'm just like, yeah, I show up.
Yeah.
That's the extent of my ability.
Yeah, he doesn't hardly ever do homework ever, unless he's made to. But
unless I'm made to, or unless I actually do want to.
Yeah. So
which is rare. But
very rare.
Happen.
But all right, so Arson, what do you have planned for us today? Let me just set the scene for you guys, because when he approached us with this a couple weeks ago, he was all like, or last week or whatever, he was all like, okay, so let's do something. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it's going to involve you rolling a dice, and I love it and hate it so much when Arson decides to do this, because the last time he did this, he didn't have a way out. You remember that, right? So, that being said,
great things come from small beginnings.
Yeah. That being said, please explain to us finally, in detail, what we're doing.
All right, gentlemen, I have taken the liberty of not stealing, but homaging, probably one of my favorite like podcast topics that I never thought would have been a thing, but it's fascinating, and that is from world famous podcast Distractable, and this little like topic, little / game show that they did was I'd win. And basically I have a small series of events here. Well, not series events, matchups that we will be going through, where we are going to basically, I'm going to bring up, your quarry, and you versus something else. And this is all 3 of you in one body. It's not all 3 of you separate. All of you are sharing one body, and each of you will be taking turns. So, I tell you to do one thing, then if you fail, next person's turn. If that person fails, it's the next person's turn, and so on. Since they originally started with so at first your first action is going to have to be a 20. That's going to be the required amount. But as we go on, the required amount will go lower. So, but I have also made it where one of the rules is if the action that you do is advantageous, I will take 1 off the required amount. But this is also a thing where it is not just, you do your action and if you lose, well then that's it. This is a series of events we're building. So let's say, okay, I feel like the order we're going to go in is the order I see in the podcast voice right now. So it will be Grim, Ocean, and then finally Phoenix.
So
Let's say
alphabetical.
Grim. Yeah, so let's say Grim, he describes that he's doing something and he loses. Well, now it's Ocean's turn, and now it's his job to more or less describe exactly what Grim did, and then add a new action on top of that. You following me so far?
Unfortunately.
Kinda, sorta. All right.
So, and then if Ocean fails, then Phoenix will have to pick up, and then if Phoenix fails, we'll have to start from the top again. But you are building a series of events. So not only are you trying to win, but you're also trying to build a narrative, kind of, through your actions. And so, with these actions also at the same time, anything that you can think of within reason is fair game. So I mean, if you want to say, yeah, I will summon the wrath of, like, I don't know, Elon Musk's satellite and like laser my opponent, you can do that, sure, but only if it's reasonable, like if you build a series of events that lead to that happening somehow.
You have to become friends with Musk first.
Yeah,
it?
like I don't know, you could say, I find a telephone nearby.
I met Musk at a conference 3 years ago, and we became besties.
Yeah, something like that. Like, so, like, anything you could think of within reason at first, it's a series of events that you have to build up, is basically fair game.
I was a U.S. assassin, and I was killed by my own people, and I went to hell. And while I was in hell, I made a deal.
All right. Yeah.
Oh,
And then I made
Can
a
escape
tier
the
list.
spawn.
hey, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
See, you're cooking with that one though, Ocean. You're cooking with that one.
What did you say, Ocean?
I said, and then I made a Ben 10 tier list.
Oh gosh, I don't even want to talk about that anymore. Grim ruined everything.
Keep crying, Surge S tier.
Surge is a piece of trash that belongs in D. Yeah, I said it.
These.
No, the only thing that deserved D was Ultimate Wild Mutt and Fast Track.
And you, sir.
Okay, Alien X
You
Glazer.
are the D.
He's Ben's D. Anyways,
getting back on topic. Yeah, we're building a series of events. You can do everything within reason, but also at the same time, this is a competition. There will be a winner out of this. And even me, if somehow your dice rolls are extremely terrible. So you can, I guess, actively sabotage if you want. You can like put your opponents at a disadvantage if you want to like do an action that will like put them in an awkward spot and they have to think of a way out of it. But then that'd be a waste of your turn. Well, it wouldn't be a waste. I mean, you could put them at a disadvantaged like situation, and you can also try like every attempt you do is going to be met with a roll. And if you succeed that roll, then it's like, well, you beat your opponent, and you win. You get a point every time you beat your opponent. Whoever dealt the killing blow is the winner, and they will get a point. And since there's 3 of you, I will give each of you 3 tries. So that's 9 attempts for every encounter.
all right.
And if you somehow fail all those 9 attempts, then I get a point.
Is this all on a notepad or what? What?
Yeah. I got everything. I got everything down here. I don't
You got
need
a
any
script?
Yeah, I'm not as incompetent as I seem. I'm good here.
I don't know. He's pretty incompetent. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I'm pretty stupid sometimes, but this is actually something I thought about. And
but when
well,
you're stupid, it's for a reason. So
yeah, it's something I homage to, so it's pretty excellent that I got the groundwork laid out for me already. So, but yeah, 3 attempts for each of you, and that's 9 attempts in total. Yeah, whoever wins, I mean, I guess I'll really tell you at the end if one of you wins. If I win though, I'll straight up say I honestly don't really know what I would win honestly, and all I thought about was I'd host the next episode.
all right, that's a deal. That's a deal. I tell you what. You know what? I'll sweeten the pot, and I will allow you to host the next 3 episodes.
Dang, man.
Dun done.
If you win.
Which is very unlikely considering that it's 3 you each get 3 attempts and the required the required amount that you need gets lower every time from 20.
Yeah.
It's okay, I'll sabotage him for you, Arson.
So
that all depends on the dice rolls though.
So by me it'll be even lower, right? It should be. Or is that per round?
It's every time someone goes. So if Grim goes and he fails, it goes to 19. If Ocean fails, it goes to 18. If you fail, it goes to 17. It goes down constantly.
Okay. And that's not per roll, that's per round per person, right? So 3 rolls and then the next person 3 rolls and then the next person. If it gets to me and everybody rolls horribly, it'll be at 17.
No, it's one roll. It's one roll, and then the next person goes.
Oh, I thought you said you had 3 chances.
Yeah, everybody gets 3 chances, but
in a turn. Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
sorry. I got you. Sorry, you threw this all at us. See, if you would have had this lined out and told us in advance, we wouldn't have spent 16 minutes trying to figure out what's going on.
Better this way, trust me.
Yeah, okay. Well,
makes for a more interesting scenario.
I could have said for your winnings that I would, because Arson's always trying to get me out of this podcast anyways. I would have said I would have stepped down, but that'd have been too easy. So Arson would be okay, cheating every which way possible to get me out of there. So we'll stick with the 3.
I wouldn't. I couldn't. Not possible. Even then, it's still very unlikely that I'll win, but it's nice to know that the possibility is there.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just say I'm relieved that Dead by Daylight duties forever.
But if you lose, you have to play once a week for 4 hours.
For what? Till what? It can't be forever.
No, for one calendar year. No.
one calendar year.
That's 52 times you have to play.
Forever. That's hell.
All right, well, let's get this started.
We have the groundwork laid out. Contestants are set. Get your descriptive chaps ready, because not only are you going to have to think, but you're also going to have to remember and pay attention, because I know our attention, even mine, sways a lot sometimes, and we don't even remember what the other person said. So
I'm so screwed.
Pay attention.
I'm so screwed.
All right, Grim. First, you're first up.
Okay.
And all of you. I'm gonna take this first matchup from the episode that they did, Indistractable, one of my favorite matchups. All right, Grim, you are a frog, or not a frog. You are a fly. Your opponent is the frog, and you're in this arena, and all around you is water. There are a couple pillars, scattered around. And there's this frog sitting on this singular lily pad, is humongous frog, big frog. And there you go. That's your setup. You get first dibs, man. What do you do?
Okay, how can can I try and bait it to spring its tongue at me, and can it follow cartoon logic where like it would follow me and get it to wrap and tie itself around the pillars?
You can try.
All right, let's see how well that works.
You'll have to roll a straight 20 for it though.
You are so
Dang.
screwed.
That's 11.
Yeah, the frog follows your your plan, but acts accordingly and accurately shoots his tongue out and devours you whole.
Fair enough.
All right, Ocean. Now it's your job to do exactly what Grim did, like describe exactly what he did at first, and then follow up with an action of your own. So that action was technically successful, but also at the same time it didn't really kill the frog. So you're gonna have to.
Just to recap here. So Graham got the frog to get the whole length of its tongue trapped between the pillars.
You have to describe it as if you did it though.
Okay. So we flew through the pillars until the frog ran out of tongue, and now it is trapped. Does the fly have arcane magic?
I mean, what type of magic are we talking? Are we talking?
I would like to
normal...
summon an axe to hit the frog right in the head and kill it.
So spirit weapon.
Yes.
Okay. I will give you advantage, kind of, because you not advantage in the sense that you can roll twice, and since I'm rolling your dice, it's like I will detract one since its tongue is already tied, and you're summoning a weapon to kill it. So that would be an 18. Yeah, that would be an 18 or higher. Sorry, man. That's a 6. You flub up your spell, and the frog unties his tongue and eats you.
Augers.
Okay.
All right, Phoenix, you're up.
Did you have fun?
Yeah. Unfortunately, now that that kind of failed, the frog now has his tongue untied, so now he's, it's not one less, but it is 18 now. So.
All right. So while I was going through the pillars to get this frog to get all tangled up, I did try to do my arcane magic, my spirit axe. Granted, that failed, and now I'm sitting in the mouth of the frog. Let me ask you: is there any land whatsoever around at all?
No, it's all water. The only technical land there is that singular lily pad. Like, I guess you could stick to the pillars if you want, but like.
Okay, so
you kind of already tried to do something with it. Unless you want to do something else with it, then.
On the lily pad, how big is the frog? Regular
Massive.
size?
It's like your larger than average frog.
Okay. Let's see if I can get this. So while I'm in his mouth, I try to, I don't know, tickle him to, like irritate the inside of his mouth to be able to get out. And when I do that, if I'm able to, let me explain the rest. Let me explain the rest first, because this is kind of unfair. If you give me that part, I'm just dead then. Like, I don't even get a turn.
I'll make it so the roll is like a kill shot. Like, if you attempt to try and kill it, then that's when you have to roll. But that means that your compatriots will literally have to recap the entire thing up until that point.
Okay, well, I'm going to try to keep it simple. So somehow I irritate him to be able to get out of his mouth. And on the lily pad, I noticed that there's actually a really pretty big sized Venus flytrap. And I don't know why it was there, but it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to lure the frog that way, because everybody knows in science that a frog can be eaten by a Venus flytrap. It could get stuck in there. So I attempt to move back and draw the frog to the Venus flytrap to get trapped. And that's what I'm saying.
I mean, I feel like this frog's tongue is long enough to reach the entire arena, but I'll give you it, I guess. Since the frog really wants to, the frog really wants to eat you, so
it's creative at least, right?
All right, I'll give you one off of that. So give me a 17 or higher.
Nice. All right. Well, there goes that. I rolled a 9.
Well, the frog decides he doesn't want to move from his lily pad, and just decides that he'll snipe you with his tongue again. And you are dead.
All right, Grim.
Grim!
Let's recap that, you sonbuck.
All right, so after the failed attempt of the tongue tying the pillar, the failed attempt of the magic weapon, and then the failed attempt of the Venus flytrap, can I pull out a little fly-sized phone and call an orbital strike on the frog?
What kind of orbital strike are we talking?
Glassing. I don't care if I die.
Are we talking like actual explosives, or are we talking like, flies dropping their explosive eggs or something?
No, I'm talking like there's a fly military, right? And they are so advanced to the point where like the Covenant from Halo, they can go from orbit, right, and a tiny little fly-shaped spacecraft, and they can shoot a laser at like pin needle accuracy. So I want to call my fly buddy general that I've been friends with for 47 years, and I want him to hit this frog.
You know flies don't live that long, right?
Shut up.
Well, okay. Roll a 17. Roll a 7. No, they won't. But like, it's a 17. So roll a 17 to see if like they'll get there immediately and glass the guy, or if you fail, then at least the call is on standby. So since this is like the 4th turn, I'd say by the time it's your turn again, I feel like you would already have them ready at your beck and call.
All right.
You'd still have to roll for it though.
I got a 10.
Yeah, he tells you that it's going to take some time, and the frog is too impatient and needs you. Now the DC is lowered to 16. All right.
Good luck recapping that, Ocean.
Yeah, Ocean, recap all that.
Yes, we have failed the Halo ODST call.
Tragic.
Yep. All right. I would like to once again call upon magic to summon a bear.
On a lily
full
pad?
size, a full like a full size bear in the arena, or like a tiny bear?
No, full size bear, just a bear.
Or we're aiming to kill the frog, right?
I just want a bear.
Okay, you do realize that the bear has no qualms with anything it attacks.
And what's wrong with that?
All right. Roll it for me. See if you're. I gotta roll it for you. I gotta roll a 16 or higher to see if the bear can be summoned. Oh, sorry, man. That is another 6.
This has been great.
So your magic again fails, and the frog just kind of eats you again.
Have fun, Phoenix.
All right.
Well,
yeah, Phoenix, it's your turn.
Well, after the whole tongue debacle, trying to wrap them up and summoning the axe and the Venus flytrap, which is still there, I'm assuming. But
it's still there.
But just chilling. After that failed, and after trying to call in the orbital strike from my fly general friend that I've known for 47 years.
They're on their way. They're just not like they're not they're not there yet.
So after that, and then trying to summon the bear for some reason whatsoever, I look up and I see a stork. And I'm like, oh, I've known this stork for a while. He's come by my home. I fed him my young. We've gotten close. We were friends now. And he owes me a favor because of that one time in Mexico. And because of that, I kind of try to fly up and tell the stork to come down and eat this frog, because everybody knows that storks and other birds of prey like crows and whatnot are a predator of a frog. So that's my plan.
All right, roll roll it for me.
Man, I really hope I get a 15, please. 17, yes.
All right then, there you go. All right, with conviction in your voice and the promise of a juicy frog, the stork immediately comes to your beck and call and swoops down, you following closely behind it. And in one singular swoop, bam! Before you can even register it, the frog has been devoured.
I call
gulped down by the stork with, vicious, the vicious pecking order of the food chain. And with that, you and the stork just kind of chill there, and you ask how the frog was, and delicious. And there you go. All right.
After that, I call my general friend and be like, "Hey, call it off."
Yeah, call it off. That's it. All right. There you go. 1 point to Phoenix.
Yes. And I did something that actually happened. Well, not really, but you know what I mean.
It's kind of like it's like Dark Souls. Like you die, but you respawn, and then you kind of just do all that until you find something that truly works. But all right then, there we go. That was our first round. All right, sweet. All right, match 2. All right, Grim.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to be fair, that actually worked out perfect, because after my turn, now it's Grim's again. I say just start the top of the order again.
Yeah. All right, Grim. You are a zebra. You are with your pack. All right, you are with your pack. Yeah, your little herd, and you are crossing a treacherous river. And unbeknownst to you and your herd, you have stumbled upon a pack of hungry gators or crocodiles. And these crocs are led by their fearsome leader, who charges into the fray first, leading his hungry reptilians to devour as many zebras as possible. And you are caught in the middle of the river. So you are in the middle of the river, surrounded by your herd, and everything is like in a panic now that this whole frenzy has gone about, and the leader of the Crocs has set his gaze on you. What do you do?
Help! Sorry.
I'm trying to think of something like really funny. Can I say that these zebras have cartoon logic where they can hold things without needing fingers?
I'll give it only to you, not the other zebras.
Okay. Can I challenge him to a Yu-Gi-Oh card battle?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
All right, and this has got to be a 20?
Yeah, this has got to be a 20.
It restarts.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yep. No! I got Blue Eyes White Dragon. It's a 7.
So, to give you some credit, you win the game, but the crocodile, in absolute frustration, flips over the table and devours you regardless. All right,
enough, fair
Ocean, you are up next on the pecking order. What's your
All right.
attempt?
So after failing the Yu-Gi-Oh card
You
duel,
won, and he flips the table over, but he doesn't eat you, so you're continuing off of that point.
what I would like to do is I would like to copy the zebra from Madagascar and start dancing, singing "I like to move it, move it."
Would this kill him? It seems more like a meaningless action than a kill attempt. Given that the Yu-Gi-Oh card duel was also kind of useless, but
It is
I would've-
both for fun and also to cause enough discomfort to escape.
All right, well then, just a 19 or higher. That's a 7.
Dang, Ocean, you're really bad at rolling dice. Gosh.
So, while the Crocodile King is impressed with your dance moves, he doesn't really care. And, Chomps just bites you legs first. Alright, Phoenix, you are up again.
All right, so after my
What is your
successful
attempt?
Yu-Gi-Oh battle, I I tried to lighten the mood by dance while singing "I like to move and move it." And after that failed to amuse the Crocodile King, I decided that I was a little scared. But one of my zebra buddies remembered that I was trained by John Wick for, a good amount of years. So with my fingers, because I have fingers for, instead of hooves, I quickly pull a gun out of where you just don't even want to know where I had that thing stashed. And I unload the clip into the face of the crocodile and all his other crocodile friends and make sure my dog is okay.
Alright, roll an 18 or higher.
Please be a good one. I really, really want this.
That'd be so funny.
Frickin' 7. Dang it.
Yeah, well, you pull out your gun, and you think you got him in the ropes. He literally looks like surprised, taken aback. But unbeknownst to you, another croc came out of the blue and just chomped your hands and started doing the death roll. And then the rest joined in on the feeding frenzy.
Dang it.
Unfortunately, that was your demise. All
That would
right,
have been a good one.
back to the top. Grim, you are
Okay.
up once again.
All right, after winning the Yu-Gi-Oh battle, doing the dance and successfully, or no, I didn't shoot the guy. I got chomped by the other guy, but I guess
Well, you
he
had your
didn't
gun,
chomp
but
me.
like to kind of mediate it, he chomped the gun out of
He
your
ate
hands.
the gun.
You don't have that anymore. So
All right.
There's another one somewhere
Um,
else.
I after my gun was taken away,
You
you know what?
farted?
I put on some scuba flippers and I just swim away.
you abandon your pack,
Yes.
your herd.
Wow.
I mean, I guess I don't know. I guess survival can be technically considered one of. I was kind of aiming for like you have to kill him, but
All right, fine.
I mean, I guess if you really want to, you can't just abandon.
No. I'll play your game.
Want to play a game?
All right. After the gun was taken away, I suddenly remembered the reason my herd was across the other side of the river was because we were watching Turkish oil wrestling. So I want to grapple the crocodile and wrestle it into submission.
All right. Roll a 17 or higher.
That's 6.
Oh,
All right.
wow.
Well, he reverses it on you and just freaking suplexes you into the water and devours you. All right, Ocean, you are up once again.
Let's hear this recap.
All right. I attempted to, after oiling myself up with as much lube as possible to wrestle the gator, I have failed and am now sucking muck in the water. I attempt to build a snowman.
Befriend the gator.
A sentient snowman that will talk to the gator as a mediator.
I'm gonna tell him to go kill him or something.
No, just to talk.
What, to provide enough distraction for everybody to escape, or like what's the aim here?
Sure. I was going for a little diplomacy. Maybe we could become friends. But sure, we can escape too while they're talking.
All right. 16. That is a 5.
Jeez.
So, in the middle of you attempting to build a snowman, you realize that there actually is no snow anywhere, and
What have I been eating?
well, you did tell the croc that there was that you had a special guest snowman appearing, and he did patiently wait, but once he realized that it was a load of bollocks, he dragged you back into the water.
So we were on the beach, though, right? We had escaped already. Is what you're saying?
No, he only let you escape. He held your herd hostage.
Well, we don't care
and-
about the herd. We were already out, right?
Well, yeah, you were already out, but like since you already dedicated yourself to the bit, you kind of.
You
I
come
wanted to
back.
make it in the water. Actually, you put us on the beach.
Oh well, I mean, either which way, there was no snow, anyways. So.
I was just trying to figure out how this is supposed to be working. Okay.
Okay, yeah, no. I mean, even if he did send you on the beach, I imagine he would have sent like some escorts up there. So even if you didn't
when
fulfill
you
on
say
your promise,
escorts, do you mean?
Oh gosh,
yeah,
here
he
we
sent
go.
he sent Crocs. He didn't send hookers.
We all
just
knew what
checking.
Ocean was
Alright.
thinking. We all knew.
All right,
Yeah, you
Phoenix, you
said-
can go.
Yeah, you sent Crocs. Yeah, there you go, Phoenix. You are
All
up.
right. So after the whole Yu-Gi-Oh, I like to move it, and I'm failing to do
Failed
the
to
be
John Wick?
Yes, to take John Wick's training that he taught me. And then the whole the whole freaking, what was it? Hold on. Oh gosh. See, this is unfair because Ocean only recapped the last one. So
I was gonna say, yeah, he
Am
kind
I
of
supposed to
cheated, but-
recap the whole
yes,
thing?
you're supposed
Yeah,
to
you're
recap the
supposed
whole
to.
thing. So I'm going to
Oh,
take
I
it
have
from
to-
him and say the failed attempt of the snowman. That just because if he did it, I could do it.
You get one freebie.
I get one freebie. I decided that I was gonna phone my old buddy. That with my hands, and of course next to my gun I had my phone. But it was hidden in a really really good spot. I'm not gonna tell you where. But I decided to phone my buddy that I worked with in a movie when he was in a safari movie, and I was his mount, and so I gave him a call, and I was like, "Hey Chuck, I need you to come out here for a second and take care of all these alligators for me."
Can you get the
And
last name real quick.
I was getting there, and as I hung up, he just decided to skydive from a plane that was just really interesting enough, just going over us, and lo and behold, Chuck Norris drops in.
That's it.
That's it. What else do you need? It's Chuck Norris.
I could
Is
have
he
just.
still in the sky, or are you saying he landed?
No, he landed and he's standing in front of me, ready to do work.
Oh, I thought it would have been like he was like a missile, like coming in hot.
We could go with that because Chuck Norris would survive that. So,
All right, give me a 15 or higher.
come on, another 17.
Wow. All right. So, Chuck Norris himself, the man, payload drops down from his plane
He is my orbital strike.
Like
Yeah.
an orbital strike, like freaking missile, just an absolute nuke coming down at like max speed, breaking the barrier of sound, probably light. And before the Croc King even has a time to process and look up, just a blinding white light as like everything in like a 500-mile radius gets absolutely obliterated. Nothing survives, and all that's left is a smoldering crater from where everything used to be. Even you and your herd.
I mean, Chuck Norris survived.
Yeah, Chuck Norris just stands in the middle of everything. Nothing but like ashes and just there's just a giant ashtray. It's basically what it is. Like that. That's all that's left. But your quarry is dead. So even though you and your herd have perished, you still managed to kill the
The Chuck bomb. Yeah.
And
the Chuck bomb. And there you go. That's another win for Phoenix.
I can't believe I rolled 217. That was awesome. All right.
All right. Since this is a little bit disadvantageous for Grim and Ocean,
You're gonna flip it, aren't you?
no, I'm going to make it so their AC or their freaking required amounts are lower than you.
Wow. Why don't you just flip it?
Not by a lot. Not by a lot. I'm only going to take off like one off of them. So the required amount for them will be 19. Yours will still be 20, but you will be the first to start. So you do still have a chance if the dice are ever in your favor.
The dice are hardly ever in my favor, but luckily, after 2 full rounds, I got there. But so you're making me go first, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm making you go first.
Well, then they'll just lose. Anyways, go ahead.
All right. So Phoenix, you are. I'm gonna take this from another one of my favorite episodes, or one like they did a sequel to this, but it was another matchup. So you are a pig. You are a farm pig. You're in the barn. And your farmer has let you mate with a fellow pig.
All right.
But also at the same time, he fed you oats.
Uh-oh.
So you're smart enough to figure out that once you're done, doing the deed with old Betsy, your time will be up, pork chop. But you realize this. So what's your game plan?
Pulling out. No, I'm kidding.
You can describe a series of events here. Just realize that everybody else will have to follow in your footsteps this time.
Yeah, so mine's going to be outrageous already at the start, okay?
Okay, go ahead.
So, what the farmer didn't know is I was accidentally bit by a radioactive spider. And I became, my name was Peter Porker. And I became Spider Pig. But the farmer didn't know this. So I decided to go along with the ploy. And when the evil farmer tried to come up and murder me, I decided to use my powers for good and web him up and carry him away so he can no longer harm anybody. Because I know I'm not going to get a 20, so might as well make it elaborate.
All right, I guess roll it for me.
All right, here, let me kiss the dice. Mwah. Here we go. Ready? And it's a 2. Dang it.
All right, well, the farmer just has absolutely no idea what you're doing. He comes into the barn and sees that you're done doing the deed with old Betsy, and you try and do your spider stuff, but he's just not having any of it, and he just shoots you.
Well, I rather.
All right, Grim, Ocean, what's your plan of attack?
After failing the spider acrobatics and getting shot.
Well, you didn't get shot, but like you did fail your acrobatics.
No, we got shot.
Okay, you have a gaping wound, so I guess you want me to turn up the AC to 20.
Yes. All
Or,
right.
I'm not going to, but it was definitely
So
something
realizing
I was
I have been shot, I learn blood bending miraculously and I start controlling the farmer.
You control the farmer then?
Yes.
Alright, roll a 19 or higher.
Blood bending.
Let's see. Well, you made it out of the single digits, but you only got an 11.
Hey, progress.
So, you try and do blood bending, and, you make the farmer do a funny salute, but, that's the best you can do, and he kills you.
So get a picture of what the salute looked like.
Maybe later.
Oh, okay. Microsoft Paint that. We need to see it.
Alright, Grim! What's your plan of attack?
All right. After spectacularly failing the spider pig stuff, and the blood bending just doesn't work, I guess. I decide to pull a Bloodborne and pull out a flintlock pistol and shoot the farmer.
Alright, roll a 17 or higher.
Okay. That's a 9.
Oof.
Well, you pull out your flintlock, and the farmer, absolutely befuddled but quicker on the draw, quite literally blows you away.
He too played Bloodborne.
Yeah, you're done for, man. All right, Phoenix, we're back at the top, and considering that you're one behind them, that would mean you're at 17. Well, they're at 16, I think.
BS. Anyways, so since my bloodborne spider pig antics didn't work, and getting the flintlock basically shot out of my hand and all that stuff, I decided that I was going to use the present that was given to me from Azimuth and decide to turn into Humunga Pig and take out the human.
I mean, 17 or higher.
Well, the good news is there's a 7 in it. Bad news is there's not a 17.
Well, upon trying to use the device doing what it did,
I turn into the worst.
it turns out it was a dud, and you just kind of have a fancy wrist accessory.
Stupid ass.
And well, I guess you have a fancy accessory before you go out. So, there you go. All right, Ocean, you are up.
After failing my spider acrobatics into blood bending and then losing the duel of the century with the pig with the flintlock, and then realizing I now have fancy jewelry, I realize I'm actually a druid and I return to human form to have a battle with the farmer.
All right, so 15 or higher. Let's see. Unfortunately, we're back to single digits with a 9. So you fail yet again to channel any sort of magic. And the farmer, confused but hungry, decides to cut to the chase and feed you to his family. All right, Grim, you are up once again.
Okay, after failing to be Spider Pig, the Bloodbending, Bloodborne,
Jeez.
My watch was in fact not a gift from Azimuth. It was something I picked up from the corner store. And then what's the most recent one? And it turns out that I am not a druid. Hmm. Hmm.
As he thinks, the farmer kills him. No.
Yeah, pretty much. It turns out that I'm actually the Monster Hunter monster Bulldrome,
Oh, jeez.
and I do the one thing that Bulldrome can do, which is charge, and that's it.
You charge at the farmer.
Yep, that's it.
All right, man. Give me a 14 or higher.
I'm done with this game. I rolled a 13.
So
I'm punching air right now.
you bonsai charge at the farmer, and well, he shoots you.
Oh my gosh.
It's more out of instinct. Like you did get him a little scared there, but like he just kind of shoots you. All right, Phoenix. You have to roll a 14 or higher.
How the heck am I going to freaking recap all this crap? All right. So, being a bloodborne spider pig that used to have a flintlock, but it accidentally got shot out of my hands because I'm not good with it. And that nice fancy accessory that I have, it turns out it's actually an Apple Watch instead of what it was. I decided, that I was going to be a druid, but that was just in my head apparently. And then, being from Monster Hunter, that whatever freaking, I don't even know what that monster is. So we're just going to say it's the monster that Grim said, because I don't know the name.
Man Bear Pig.
I decided that I was going to use my hypnotist powers to make it look like that the farmer's family were the pigs that he was going to carve up and eat. and then at that point, after that happened, the police came down and shot him, and then so yeah, that's where I'm at.
It's very dark. I want that to be the ending.
So I need to roll 14, right, or higher?
Okay, no, yeah, I rechecked. I think it was 13, not 14.
13,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, please, because this is my last chance. This is the last one for me on this story. So,
Ooh.
freaking 8. Dang it!
Well, your hypnotist ways don't exactly work because the farmer turns out has the absolute willpower of Batman himself, and not only just doesn't shoot you, but choke slams you into a grinder or something.
Seems pretty on brand.
That's where your story kind of ends there. But that's one side of the timeline. Ocean, you have a chance to turn this around with I think, 11. Yeah, all right.
Good luck recapping all that.
So after delving through all my psychosis events, such as thinking I'm the Avatar, I have a pistol, I'm a druid, I'm Spider-Man. You know what? I just decide
and Ben 10. Don't forget Ben 10.
Using our Ben 10 tier list.
Pull out your phone for the third time, but instead of calling for help, you show him an episode of From the Ashes. Which episode of the tier list are you showing him?
The last one.
The final recap.
Yeah, I want to see all the Ben 10 heroes and where they would place, and I want to seduce him by showing off how great it is.
Okay.
He must not watch Ben 10.
That is a critical one.
Wow.
So the farmer, absolutely disgusted,
With the Ben
Doesn't-
tier, the Ben tier like
Ben 10
listings
tier
and, like,
list.
the choices, or the fact that a pig
Yeah.
seduced him.
Yeah, both. He slams your phone on the ground and just freaking just picks you up and just throws you in a brazen bowl.
Jeez.
And he cooks you alive.
That's pretty hot. That's pretty
Oof. He didn't like that.
And
He didn't like that echo choice.
Yeah.
That is how your story ends. Now, Grim, you
Grim, you
have
gotta
one
save this
last
story, buddy.
game. With the minimum required amount of 10 or higher. This is your moment.
All right, I forgot literally everything, so I'm just gonna say, all of the previous things was just the pig, me being high because I ate some special mushrooms, and it was all fake. I'm actually a truffle pig, designed to get mushrooms. There is no farmer trying to kill me. It was all just a figment of my imagination.
Huh.
Roll them.
That's one big
It's a
figment. Oh well.
A 2? Alright, well, it
I don't want
turns
to play
out
this game anymore.
turns out you really weren't tripping balls, and the farmer does what he always does, but calmly this time, considering that I guess none of the events that transpired happened in Grimm's timeline, and he's just kind of put to rest, humanely. Now,
With a 12 gauge.
yeah, at least you weren't like, choke slammed into a grinder or like, burned alive medieval style. But, you had the most humane way of being put down. So. All right,
After 9 turns, we couldn't complete that. That's crazy.
It's funny
it's
because
almost like Arson has control over 3 of those.
Yeah.
It's funny because even in that episode back in Distractable, it took them like as many turns as well. Like this was this was one of those where like they couldn't beat it no matter what. So
Well,
all right, that's a point for me.
So
I guess
we're at an hour. How long do you want to go with this?
We'll do one more. We'll do one more, and we'll try and speed this. But I guess this is basically it.
Just eliminate the recaps then.
I don't. Yeah, we'll skip the recaps. But
you.
we'll try and spice things up a bit. That's if you all agree, though. Since Phoenix is at a commanding lead with 2 points, and Grim and Ocean have 0, and I have 1. How do you want to do this? Do you want to
if Grim or I win, the point goes to Arson, and then you two have to have a showdown to see who wins.
I feel like that would stretch the episode time more than it has to.
All right, whoever wins this one just wins.
No.
No, I like that one. I like it.
That is unfair completely.
Do you want this episode to go on longer? I don't.
Hey, I've been having so much fun with this episode. I would love to go another hour. But the thing is we can't.
It's gonna be a 2-parter in the recording.
So what we're gonna do, how about this, Arson? It's double the points. So if someone gets the 2 points, like Grim gets 2 points, I get 2 points, then we have a showdown between the 2 of us, in a different manner. Like, I don't know. We roll with advantage and we take our best roll, and whoever rolls the best wins.
Quick question: if I win, can I give my points to Arson so he wins the whole thing?
No.
He lives for chaos, man.
If you give your points to Arson, it only counts as 1. So
I give 1 point to Arson, so you two, so he ties with you.
And then we'd have to actually, go at it again still.
You know what? I'm gonna do that if I win.
What do you think? That's if everybody agrees. Does everybody agree to that?
That's fine.
Whoever wins has to do like a a final tiebreaker round where the highest roll wins.
Unless it's me that wins this round, yes.
I mean, I guess.
All right, let's do this.
All right, and since I guess this is where everything comes to a head, we're going to all start at the required amount of 20. So no special, advantages this time. Okay. We're gonna do things a little bit different. Ocean, you will go first.
Roger.
Roger.
All
Roger.
right. So, you are you. You
A
are
fat
you.
guy in his 20s.
You are you in a dark forest, and in front of you lies one of the insidious killers from infamous asymmetrical game Dead by Daylight.
Oh my gosh, here we go with this.
Do we get the? Do you tell us which one, or can we choose, or how?
Now, I do have a way I could like roll it.
Do we get a
and,
perception check on that?
No, I could roll it, and whichever number I roll depends on that killer. But
Oh,
Can't be
you
the
guys-
ghoul. The ghoul's. Never
if
mind.
you guys want to choose, which killer you want, I can leave it up to a vote. If you guys want to do that,
I'll let you do it. I think it's.
it's
a
Skull
little bit
Merchant. Just for Phoenix.
I don't know. The ghoul is like climbing that list fast of how much I cannot stand that killer.
Yeah. You know what? I want Arson just to choose one.
That's what I think too.
So you wanna leave it up to the dice?
Correct.
Yeah, I want you to pick one.
All right. I guess whichever number killer it is. Okay. So 15.
It was the 15th
And if
killer.
I recall correctly, it was the unknown.
The 15th killer was the no way.
It was chapter 15, wasn't it?
I don't. Not that. It wasn't that long ago. We're on like chapter 22.
Do we need to Google
I don't know.
this?
Hey Siri,
Yeah,
what's
if
the
you wanna-
15th chapter?
If you want to go ahead, Google it. But like I'm pretty sure I remember it was.
Who was the 15th killer in DVD?
I feel like I should just skip the pleasantries.
Ghostface.
It was
It was
Stop
Ghostface.
just saying Ghostface.
Okay. I was just gonna say screw it and just go like, all right, it's just Trapper. But all right, if you want, it can be Ghostface. All
I'm
right,
fine with
so
Ghostface.
good old the most lethal Ghostface incarnation versus you. What
is he
your
still
plan?
clumsy?
No, considering that this is the most lethal Ghostface.
Dang it.
Played by a pro player.
Yeah, so I mean, if I really wanted to, I could just say that you don't even see him. He's just kind of hidden right now, stalking you.
So I'm walking through the forest and I sense someone staring at my butt. And I'm like, oh, that must be Ghostface. Only he would stare at it.
And
I pull out a flamethrower and just burn the whole forest around me. Just the whole thing needs to go. Like somebody saw a spider in their house. Just the whole thing needs a thermonuclear detonation.
I actually hope there's a nat 20 here. I really do.
All right. Yeah, it is, and it has to be a net 20 or. Wow. Geez, this is really terrible. That is another critical one.
Oh my gosh. All right, so it's got to be something funny that happens.
So
someone else should roll for me at this point, Arson. You're doing terrible. Can I get a reroll? Someone else
that's
rolls
not
for
on me, man. Look, okay, so your flamethrower, like you pull it out and like you're ready to burn down the forest, but unbeknownst to you, you just implode. there was something malfunctioning with the flamethrower, and you just burst into flames for like half a second before you finally just implode.
I knew the company didn't send extra screws.
The company
You
on the side says Acme.
You explode in a ball of flame.
Do I
And
take him with me?
no, he's like
Oh.
safely tucked in the tree line somewhere. And
That's-
well,
he's
I
just-
mean, he is surprised. He's taken aback, to say the least.
He's like, what the hell?
He's
What the
taken aback,
Sigma?
but his job is pretty much finished. Considering there's nothing else, there's nothing to stab.
He's like, job well
So-
done.
Yeah, all right. Phoenix, what's your follow up?
All right. After the whole flub of that, I did notice that it was from Acme, and I'm like, why did I even buy from that company? Amazon stuff. Gosh.
Timu.
So considering apparently I'm actually Ocean because you know you
No,
specifically
like,
stated that
like
you're
after-
Ocean.
No, after you die, you reincarnate back, but as you. So you're all
Alright.
still in the same mind. You're experiencing the same events, but like every time it's your turn, you reincarnate as yourself. So
All right, so after I died from burning up like completely, I made a deal with the demon and came back as Freddy Krueger. And then decided to be like, come at me, Ghostface. And just like proceed to carve him up like a frickin' pumpkin.
okay, give me a 19 or higher.
Hey, I'm just saying that's creative because I used the fire from before, so at least that's creative.
I have a quick question. Even if he fails, but if he gets a certain high enough digit, does our character remain Freddy Krueger? But we didn't get to fight Ghostface yet? Is that the fail?
I'll let you know if he wins or fails.
All right, here we go. I'm rolling now. Freaking 11. Daggone it.
Well, as you try to make a deal with the demon, he really just doesn't care and just kills you. So
nice, Keely.
so yeah, you don't even respawn. So let's just rewind the clocks to like Grim now.
Grim, you should say you come back as respawn. Or respawn.
Come back
Piss
as
off
Spawn.
Phoenix. Yeah.
No, I got something better.
Oh, here we go.
All right. So, okay. So am I like at the point of the flamethrower, or did I die by the demon?
It's a bit of a weird like time thing. Like, yeah, Phoenix did try to make the deal, but like he died, so it didn't matter. So
Okay,
I guess
so-
like yeah, but from a timeline point, like I guess like the flamethrower, like that's
Okay. After noticing that the flamethrower was made by the hit company Acme, I decided that I probably shouldn't use this, and a light bulb appears above my head, and I suddenly remember the funny Fortnite portal dimension gun that I have, and I want to shoot Ghostface and send him to Fortnite.
Is that a Fortnite trailer?
It'll be one soon.
all right, man.
Okay.
Roll an 18 or higher.
Come on, this would be so funny.
3.
Come on. It's a critical one.
Oh, ouch.
So you
First time?
you vastly overshoot your gun, your portal gun, and I don't know, you probably shot like a random
Meg.
like wild. Yeah, you shot like a Meg, and Meg is now in Fortnite. But yeah, after that happened, Ghostface just rolls up on you and just disembowels you.
Shut up, Meg.
Yep, that's it. That is it for you. All right, Ocean, you are up once again. What's your plan of attack?
I slightly notice Ghostface, and then I also remember I am also Ghostface because we were working as a pair, and I put on my mask.
That's your plan.
Yes.
You're gonna join him. You're not gonna like kill him.
I remind him that we're friends, and then we go kill a Meg.
Although that Meg isn't there right now anymore.
Then we choose Dwight. I don't know.
She got sent to Fortnite.
Shut up, Meg.
Sorry, I had to do it again.
I see Phoenix down the road, so I decided to team up with the other Ghostface.
I thought you were gonna like play stab him like they do in the movie, like they stab each other, but like you accidentally stabbed him lethally and he just dies.
No, we're friends.
All right. 17 or higher. Let's see. That is a 12. So
getting up
when
there.
you put, you put your hand over his shoulder and you try and reminisce about the good times. He doesn't care. It's all business ever since you two broke off and he decided to go solo. He's never been happier in his career.
I was kind of
And-
hoping you would say he play stabbed me and accidentally killed me.
But yeah, for like to reminisce on old times' sake, he play stabs you and it kills you. But like he then realized that you were holding him back, and without you, he fully harnessed his
He
potential
didn't
as
like
the
that
ghost
I got
face.
overweight. He's like, dude, how are you gonna chase somebody like that? You're gone. You're out of the team.
Aw. Well, all right then. Phoenix, you are up yet again. Your second attempt. What
Oh
is
my
your
gosh.
plan of attack?
I'm thinking. So I was really hoping that Ocean wouldn't have died to Ghostface because I was gonna piggyback off that. So I'm gonna go back and say that Ocean succeeded as being the second Ghostface, and they approach me, and I tell them the same thing, like, dudes, you guys know I'm a part of you. What the heck? I'm the chubby one. Come on. And they're like, oh, that's right. So we see Grim up there, and so we decide to go after him. But as we're going up there, Grim knows I'm working with Grim, not with these guys. And we both actually, like, I'm standing behind Ocean and Ghostface, and I just take them both out, and Grim, is safe.
Just
I don't know what you want from me, man.
It's a very
Completely-
complex operation.
completely throw
Yeah.
under the bus that you three are all in the same mind. There's no reason any of you should be out there. But okay, roll it for me, man.
What do I need?
16
16
or higher.
Oh, come on. I need to do this so I can save Grim. Come on. You got to be kidding me.
It's
Critical
okay.
one.
I understand.
Critical one.
So Phoenix
they-
and Graham both die immediately.
So no, they like even before you approach them and you try and like do this ploy, they like both Ghostface and Ocean already know right off the gate that you are a conspiring little weasel. And when you're like striding up on Grim, because they don't know where Grim's location is, you lead them to him. They take you a good distance away and they both shank you to death. And then they go and kill Grim.
I'm sorry,
That's
Grim.
fine.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Well,
You
turn
let him
2
write-
is in
you
the
let him
books.
Back to Graham.
I got one more
Alright.
shot at this.
What is it? It's Grim, right? Grim,
Yeah.
It's your turn.
Yep.
All right,
Okay.
Grim. What's your plan of attack?
All right. I suddenly remember that I am the hit character, the chosen undead from Dark Souls, and as Ghostface tries to stab me, I parry and then stab him and then do the praise of the sun.
The most basic one we've had so far, but all right. Roll a 15 or higher.
It's a 15. Thank the Lord. Oh my goodness.
All right.
Oh.
Well, all right. So, as they as Ocean and Ghostface just got done disemboweling Phoenix, you realize that you are the chosen undead from hit video game Dark Souls, and they stride up on you. At least Ghostface does. I don't know what Ocean did. He's probably like going out to a hot dog stand or something. Maybe getting, maybe burying Phoenix respectfully or unrespectfully. I don't know.
He's
I don't know how you
teabagging
would
me
bury.
constantly.
Yeah, yeah. Just teabagging. But yeah, Ghostface strides up on you, knife ready. And while your back is turned, you pick up you pick up your shield that you got out of nowhere, and with absolute extravagant flair, you whip around and parry the knife before you can plant it in your back. And in that small opening, I don't know if you have a weapon or not, or you
No,
take
it's
his
the
weapon.
fist parry. It's the fist
Oh,
parry.
okay. you viciously shove your fist into his torso and just rip out his heart or whatever. I don't know if you want to pull out an organ or you just want to punch through or just kind of like rip out your fist. Whichever way you do it.
Yep.
And you stand victoriously as he falls to his knees and falls to the ground dead. And as you go up to reveal the mysterious masked murderer, you actually find out that it's Joe.
See, the next one I was going to do, I was going to reveal it was you.
I have a question. If we roll that back and we say I'm with the other ghost face coming up on Grim, can I counter him being the chosen? With my own roll?
I mean, it's too late.
No, just for argument's sake. Just to see what happens.
You could have. I did say back in the beginning, you could sabotage, if you wanted to, and like try and put the others at a disadvantage, but nobody ever kind of really did that. So
No.
Hey, I actually tried to save Grim. See, that was my
Grim.
Yeah, and I avenged Phoenix.
Grim is victorious, and by the rules, I guess now it leaves just you two to roll a higher number.
Unless Grim gives Arson a point to let him do it, so he gets the next 3.
No.
Phoenix, I forfeit.
Do you what? Really? Why?
Because all of my rolls have been so garbage.
I take your forfeit. Nope, it's already on tape. No.
Okay, cool. Yep.
What was your roll? Did you roll?
I rolled a 20.
Did you really? See, you forfeited. Oh man, that stinks. Let's be fair.
That's my luck.
Let's be fair though. I actually would have really won. Like point wise, I would have actually won. But if he forfeited, let's see what I would have rolled. I rolled a 20 as well.
All right, we need a reroll. All right, come on, guys.
At least I know that 20 is a 20 now, not a 5. But all right, well, there it is. So,
congratulations, Phoenix. You are the winner.
Well, thank you.
The winner.
Now, what do I win?
Nothing. Enjoy.
Nothing.
You get nothing. You get nothing, and you'll like it.
All right, so your prize is a $50 gift card to any store of. No, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say, really? Wow, hey, all right.
I'd like to take back my forfeit.
Electronic boutique.
What you are awarded is any one of us. Like you are owed a favor. It can be literally anything. From any one of us, but only one of us.
Interesting. Well, that's definitely going to be you.
And no matter what, like it has to be fulfilled. So.
Oh, that's beautiful. Oh.
It is a very like this is like life or death favor.
I choose Arson 100%. He is going to be the one that owes me. Because, Grim doesn't have a PC anyways, so it's not like I can force him to play certain things. Ocean, we already play bad games now, so what else is there? Like,
you should make Arson play multiplayer Turtles.
You're owed literally anything. Like, it doesn't have to be just a game favor.
All right, Arson, I need $1,000. No, I'm kidding.
What do you mean we owe the IRS $7,000 in back taxes?
Well,
Mama Louise, you Mario.
Well, I'll take that. It's better than the $50 gift card. Because
I mean, I was thinking of other prizes. This is the most logical one, and if we ever decide to do another game show-esque type of thing, or something that involves points, and we can brainstorm some
ideas
wins.
for wins. So, all right, well, hey, just look forward to the future of seeing Arson sit there and think I forgot, but I didn't. Because I'm going to sit on this a while. I guarantee I will. I'm going to brainstorm. I'm going to get with Grim and Ocean, and we're going to talk about what I can force Arson to do. So we're we're gonna get back to that, and yeah. So I'll get back to you.
Force
Take
him
it
to
on the
finish editing his videos.
No! Anything but that.
You have to do extreme homework for the next 10 episodes. Just kidding.
Yeah, if it is written. I have made the rules. This was my game.
Yep.
There was a winner. So I'm just amazed I got a point. So
I
can't believe you
I'm-
filled
I'm-
every one of my rules, Arson.
Oh gosh.
look, get yourself a 20-sided die and you can roll it next time. That's if you
Alright.
even show up in any other episode that involves the dice.
He will flat out be like, "No, I'm good." But hey, to be fair, he can't say this wasn't fun because this was a lot of fun. I enjoyed this a lot.
It was
The
very
things that
goofy.
the things that we came up with and stuff was just absolute. I do love my Chuck Norris one though. Like the Chuck
Yeah,
Norris
that's
was
why-
awesome.
That's why it's one of my favorite episodes on the most famous podcast in the world, Distractable. Go check that out if you don't know about it. Special shout out to them for coming up with this absolutely fabulous idea. I tried to refine the game rules a bit because with them, they had no limit. Like they just kept going until they eventually won. There was no like, oh, you go until like the certain amount.
Yeah.
It just was like if it really was at that point, like we would probably still be stuck on that pig one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
But,
I'll
yeah.
say this: if we do this again, we'll have to have like the other side of the coin with us. We'll do it with like Zombie and Raven.
That'll be fun.
That would
You
be
know,
fun.
This is also to like get our more flavorful descriptive chops in because describing things and actions is one of the bigger things in D&D, and we kind of do need to work on that a little bit.
Oh, definitely.
Also, this episode is to kind of make up for the fact that there won't be an episode this week. Apologies for that. Just letting you know in advance.
Yeah. No episode for D&D. As
Yeah,
you're
this is kind of
it's a
kinda
little
to
late
make
to
up
the
for
party though. Because you guys will be hearing this on Monday and you'll be wondering why there wasn't a D&D session. So if you're listening.
Yeah.
So,
So that's just to just to let everybody know. And it's funny because I thought of this idea before the session this weekend was even like canceled.
oh yeah.
So I guess that's just a nice little thing, we won't have the session, but like you'll have a little D&D action here, although it's not
Yeah.
completely D&D, it's just dice rolls. But yeah, there we go. Congratulations, Phoenix, for the win.
Thank you.
Congratulations to the competitors for attempting and giving bomb ideas and actions regardless. Thanks to me
there
for
was some creative.
Thanks to me for scoring 1 point. And yeah, this was a lot of fun. I can't wait to do it next time. I feel like it will happen eventually. So keep an eye out for that. And with that said, we've come to the end of our time. We've run this episode quite a bit. So thank you for sticking by with us, if indeed you have. If you want to check out all the links and everything, Game Bros, new channels up, go check them out and watch them play terrible games. I will probably still not upload for the next couple months, so don't look forward to that. Merch is still not a thing, but I promise we'll work on it. We're slowly getting there in subscribers. We have like what 40, 41 something there.
Yeah, something like that.
So yeah, once we're getting there, once we get some steam going, we can really brainstorm some ideas for merch whenever we're finally able to make it. What was that one idea we had?
All
It
the
was,
plushies?
yeah, the
Mini spooners.
mini spooners.
Mini
there you go.
spooners. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, the first one was going to be of Joe. That's definitely one that we definitely want to make. Without
Yeah.
without his consent, of course.
Yeah.
But
fully
or his
likeness.
knowledge. Yeah, just full likeness, but without his knowledge and or consent, and written agreements to him wanting his face to be plastered on something that people will spoon.
That's right.
But yeah, this was
You
a
do
fun
realize,
episode.
hold on, you do realize he would buy one of them for himself.
Yeah.
It's the real reason he wants merch made. He just wants to have one of each.
Like Joe would literally spoon with himself if he could. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So, anyways, go ahead. Sorry, take us out.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you all for coming by. We'll see you next week for hopefully a good episode. I don't know if it'll top the last 2 episodes. Who knows? But yeah, there we go. Thanks for coming by, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Take care.
Shut up, Meg.